Hey guys, I'm Louis and welcome to the latest video. So today I'm going to be bringing you my last Women's World Cup video, well, for the 2015 World Cup. Hopefully, if I'm still doing YouTube then, I'll be back in 2019, but we'll have to see how that goes. Anyway, in this video I'm just going to be reviewing the sort of end of the tournament, just the tournament as a whole, summarising it and just giving my thoughts and just how I feel about women's football in general. So let's get straight into the video. So, of course, if you've been following the Women's World Cup, you'll know that USA were the victors of the tournament, and they've won the first tournament involving 24 teams. Before, there's been less teams, but this time there was more, and hopefully for the next World Cup they'll be able to get even more, and maybe even up to the levels of, you know, how many teams they have in the Men's World Cup. And I've got to say, USA really deserved to win this tournament. They were consistently the best team. They were very good defensively, didn't concede a lot of goals, and in the end they were, well, rightful victors in my opinion. And their opponents, obviously the team that came as runners-up was Japan, and I don't know, for me, I thought they were really poor throughout the tournament. Whenever I watched them, they won the previous World Cup, so I thought they were going to be really good, but they seemed a bit cocky and complacent, and they didn't really seem to attack much. Like, yeah, they keep the ball, but they didn't really do much with it, and they did concede some sloppy goals early on, and I have no idea how they even got to the final. I mean, the semi-final against England weren't particularly great in the competition up to that point, but in that game England were just great. I mean, especially in the second half, which I mentioned in a previous video, England just blew them away. And we just couldn't get through them, and obviously we conceded the own goal at the end and we got knocked out, and Japan went through. But I suppose justice prevails in the end, because Japan got absolutely wrecked by USA, and I was literally laughing so much. I was so happy because Japan didn't deserve to be in that final, in my opinion. So it's fair that USA won because they were the better team. I mean, even if England had got to the final, USA probably would have won, because obviously they're one of the top teams in the world. But England managed to beat Germany in the third and fourth playoff match, which means they came third overall. All the team got bronze medals, which was absolutely great to see, because obviously with the disappointment of what happened in the semi-final, and then just to see how happy and excited and just thrilled that the girls were, it was just a great moment, and great to see that they have achieved something, because I really think that, especially in the next World Cup, I really think that they can go far, and potentially they could win it. Who knows? We'll have to find out and see. So the final thing that I really want to say is just that the tournament has been penned by a lot of different media sort of organisations, whether it's FIFA or, you know, BBC Sport, Sky Sports, that sort of thing. They've all said that it's been a tournament that's broke all records, because there's been a lot of records that were broken, a lot of new firsts for the tournament. Obviously, it was the first time where we had 24 teams. Also, Canada have broken the sort of goal scoring record with 112 goals, and the record was previously held by Germany. And obviously in the final, Carly Lloyd scored a hat-trick against Japan, and that's the first time anyone scored a hat-trick in a Women's World Cup final, and it's just absolutely brilliant. Especially the third goal, I'll have a picture of it on the screens, I'm sure. It's just absolutely sublime. It was just brilliant. It was from so far out. Just had great vision to see that the goalkeeper was off a line, and she just lobbed her, and it was a fantastic goal. And I'm not entirely sure if it won goal of the tournament. I think it might have. If not, then I think it might have been Lucy Bronze's goal, because that was really, really good as well. But it's probably Carly Lloyd. I'm not entirely sure about that. Just want to go through now just like the sort of individual awards and the just general stats of the tournament. The final standings finished, of course, with in first USA, second Japan, third England, and fourth Germany. Now that's quite surprising, to be honest, because judging by the men's England team, I didn't think they'd be very good at all, but the women have got a lot more determination, a lot more passion, a lot more grit than the men, it seems, and they did the whole country proud. As well as that, there was 146 goals scored in the whole competition, which is an average of 2.8 per match, which means that the games were a lot more exciting. They seem a lot more open than sort of men's football. I mean, in men's football, it's easier sort of to guess results, really. But with the women's, like, anything can happen. I mean, just when Australia knocked out Brazil, I mean, that's mental. Like, for Australia, who I thought would have no chance, took down one of the biggest and best national teams in the world, and they did it. And you know, that's pretty much it, really. I mean, then you got the individual awards. The golden ball went to Carly Lloyd. The silver ball went to Aman. I can't say her first name, but last name Henri from France. And not Thierry, before you say that, because he's a guy, obviously. Bronze ball, Miyama from Japan. Golden boot was Sasic. Silver boot, Carly Lloyd. Bronze boot, Mittag. Golden glove, Hope Solo. Hyundai best young player was Buchanan from Canada. And the Fair Play award went to France. That's pretty much it now. I mean, the next World Cup is in 2019 in France. I'll definitely watch it. I know that I will. Hopefully it'll get a lot more coverage and a lot more sort of support than even these finals in Canada, even though they got so much support. Like, compared to the 2011 Women's World Cup, I mean, I didn't even know there was a Women's World Cup in 2011. That's how like much coverage it didn't get, sort of thing. But with this one, it got so much, and I'm just really pleased with, like, the BBC and Sky Sports and all these media companies that have managed to get women's football, well, raise the profile of women's football, and hopefully it'll keep on raising until it's up there with the men's. You know, I mean, I'm hopefully planning to go to uni and trying to go to Liverpool, hopefully, if my exam results go alright. And essentially I'm going to be trying to go to women's games there and men's games. Obviously I'm a Liverpool fan, so women, men's, whichever. Women's obviously cheaper, but, you know, in my opinion, I'd say it's the same quality, it's just a different type of game. Anyway guys, hope you did enjoy this video. Leave a like if you did, comment on how you've found the Women's World Cup, and if you're going to be watching the next one, or if you're going to be starting to follow women's football, or if you already do follow women's football, like club level, international level, whichever, just let me know. Subscribe if you enjoy my content in general, and I'll see you next time guys.